Hello, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I realize that the first 30 seconds of a video is supposed to be like a hook. So, here's a bunch of really fast video. Fast video, hook, to hook you. But yeah, so this was a fun project. I had a lot of fun working on it. I didn't have a lot of video to work with to make this video. Anyways, so, yeah, it's gonna be a little rough around the edges, but, yeah, here's me talking about batteries. Okay, so these were the batteries I originally got for the mask. The issue is that, they're only 3.7 volts and they don't have a lot of, large capacity. It's only like 2700 milliamps. So it would only power the mask for about an hour. So I ordered some bigger ones and better ones, but I only looked at the radius after I'd gotten them. And so when they came in, the girth difference is crazy. Like, these are 5,000 milliamp batteries each cell. So if you look at the difference, tiny cells, these are about the size of a AAA. Girthy cells, these are like chunky. Like, these weigh like a pound and a half about. Just thought it was funny. Alrighty. So right here, we have our lithium cells. They are 3.7 volts, about 5,000 milliamps. Right here, we have our buck-up converter, buck-up, buck-down. This one's rated for about 8 amps and can cover about 1236 volts. Right here, we have our USB Type-C charging module, and this will be what will charge our cells and all that fun stuff. We have our battery protection, so BMS. This will prevent any of our circuits from drawing too much current at one time, help limit that, make sure that we don't fry anything. And then right here, we have slightly smaller buck-up converters. Now, the idea is we have 2 lanes, and that one right there will be for our 5-volt lanes, and this one will be for our 12-volt lanes, which is kind of counterintuitive. You'd think that you'd have the bulkier one for a higher voltage, but the thing about it is this one's actually handling our light bulbs, and it's handling some other components, which generally operate at a much higher voltage, but they don't draw too many amps. It's an LED, all that fun stuff. Right here we have our fuses, and this is just for security. And to be frank, it'd be pretty cool. I mean, your crown, everything just powers off, and then you just take one of these out of your pocket, you stick it back in, you're back in business. Really cool. Right here we have our fogger. We're going to have 3 of these. They came with USB Type-C. We're going to remove that probably and just solder on our power delivery. We really don't need this. And we're also going to remove our little touch section right here. We're going to route that directly to input that we can drive based on a timer on our Arduino Nano. We have our proto board right here. So this is what we'll probably have a decent sum of this on when we do our testing. We have our servo control board. It's pulse width modulation. It does all the fun stuff for us that would require a lot of soldering, which I'm not wanting to do right now. And we do have these funky ESP32 modules. I am probably not going to use it, mostly because this is a module into a kit and I like these. But yeah, these are kit, they're not really meant to be standalone. I honestly just solder off that and work on the project, like Bluetooth, and by that, it's just like complicated and complicated the so we have to do it. Of course, we have all our servo here, this is kit. This is our RGB strip, and this is the fun stuff that we for that. And yeah, that's pretty much just what I'm going to bulbs, but you'll see those. So yeah, that's the wrap. And only really have 2 or 3 weeks to work on this. Of course, we have all of our servos right here. We have some fun little components from a kit. This is our RGB LED strip, and this will just be for fun decor stuff. LEDs are there for all that. And yeah, that's pretty much it as far as all those components go. The only thing I haven't shown here is the light bulbs, but you will see those in a couple of seconds. So yeah, that's where we're at. So this is our light bulb, and the idea is that this will be where the mask is, kind of where you would have your filters to kind of like give it that, energy absorbing, aesthetic, while having that rustic feel to it. And yeah, kind of working in a pretty small space. Now the 2 things I'm missing right now would be the USB for this so I need to get that. And then I need to get a socket so I can fit, because I have two of these. Two of these are going to fit in sockets, so you can kind of like screw them in and out of the mask. Makes it easy to replace, and honestly, it just looks kind of cool. And just those are the two things I just don't really have right now. Right, well, I have one now, so generally, there's a lot of boxes in here of which I am not aware of. Now, I'll probably cut this off now that I think about it. Have this part in the mask so you can kind of like screw and unscrew this, but this will make it easier to really tinker with and mess around and all that. So, yeah. This was the original container that the batteries came in, so my plan is to have them both hot glued in place in here, and then we're just going to remove the top of it and going to run these in parallel from either side on the bottom. Alrighty, so this is it so far. It's actually almost done. So what we've been doing for the past 30 or so minutes is really just connecting all those up and making sure that everything is against the frame, that it has something keeping it in place, so that way we can kind of put it on and mess around with it and move things around without having things just fall off. If we look here, you should see these LEDs right here, and those are the strips. You got the fogger module right here, and right now nothing's connected to the Arduino Nano. Right now we are just, let me get that up there. Yeah, nothing's connected to the Nano right now. The strat is to have our ground and power wires mainly right here, which will then extend to this 2x5 lane right here, and then possibly here. And then there's one row for all of the controller pins, so D1, D2, all that fun stuff. And you got your indicator lights, charger modules right here. We got the MOSFETs. This is currently basically the switch, so this is, it's crude. I'm broke, and to be frank, kind of lazy, so we're not going to deal with that right now. The main other thing is that this sits against here. There is another that sits right here that's strapped right here. So I need to figure out a way to connect that and make it adjustable without messing with our, interfering with how much visibility we get with our LED strip. Because this right here is already causing a decent bit of obstruction from our display, but other than that, it's actually looking pretty solid. I've just been finishing screwing some stuff in, and I think it's just a matter of making sure everything works properly. Alrighty, and that concludes this video. I appreciate you watching, getting to the end, and I hope to see you in the next one. Till then, have a great rest of your day.